Residents are eager to get answers about what is causing earthquakes in Irving.
And I'll tell you, we would love to have that information. Trust me, with the emails that we are getting, we would love to be able to tell people what the cause is.
Experts speak at City Hall, and we hit on the headlines of their presentations.
This fried antelope was delicious. You ought to try it.
Cowboys and cuisine. See the food-focused event where sports legends mingled with football fans.
So far, we want to know. We ain't gonna lose. We ain't looking back.
Competition and inspiration at Irving's Special Olympics basketball tournament. We're checking out the action. Plus more improvements at DFW Airport, a day of service in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., and what crimes are going down and what's on the increase in Irving. This is City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Let's get straight into today's top story. Residents have felt more minor earthquakes in Irving. They are part of what scientists call a swarm. Here are some of the updates. Irving and Dallas are forming a task force to coordinate response. At last report, Atmos said there was no damage to gas lines in the affected area. SMU scientists continue studying the quakes, and there is not a firm timeline of when answers as to a cause might come. Residents filled the chambers at City Hall for the most recent council meeting. Here are some clips from that meeting and a news conference.
We're going to try to provide you with what we know, and I'm going to warn you right now, we have a lot more questions than we do answers.
Can anyone from the state rule out human activity, fracking, injection wells, anything like that?
We're looking at the activities that are occurring in the vicinity, and at this point in time we have no evidence of any oil and gas activity that can be linked to the earthquakes that are occurring.
Where do we think 3.5 billion barrels of wastewater being injected in the ground is going over that time frame?
We want to make sure that we as a city can get as much information as we can, as quickly as we can, from the experts themselves.
I do not know whether this specific swarm will die out or whether it will continue. Experience shows that the majority of earthquake swarms do not result in damaging earthquakes. But at this time, we cannot rule out the possibility of a larger earthquake, some possibly damaging.
What we're trying to do is actually check with the experts, put as many seismographs in the ground as we can to be able to find out exactly what's going on, if possible, and figure out if we just go ahead and say it's this thing without looking at what all the possibilities could be, we might be missing out.
Public information is one of our top priorities, and we want to be sure we get the right message out to our residents. We've been actively communicating with our local, state, and federal officials, so we've been reaching out to other agencies, and we have been partnering with key stakeholders in the area.
What we're trying to do right now is find out as much information, communicate that information to all of our residents, and really stay on top of it.
That entire City Council meeting is available at ictn.tv. Just click on Meetings. Safety tips and other updates are offered at cityofirving.org. Irving Police Chief Larry Boyd broke the news right here on ICTN. He says the city's crime rate has gone down for the 10th straight year. This year's reduction was very slight, with decreases seen in violent crimes and more.
This is the third year in a row that we've had reduction in our burglary offenses. The only category that kept us in there that actually went up is the theft category. Vast majority of that is our shopliftings.
The chief points out the impact of this trend over the past decade, with both overall crime and violent crime dropping by nearly 50%. Even though crime is on the decline, preparedness can pay off. The police department is offering another rape aggression defense class to any female over the age of 11. Students practice self-defense tactics and learn about risk reduction and more. It is all free. The next round of classes is February 16th through the 19th at the Police and Fire Training Academy on Esters. Registration is required. Call or email Joe Palomar to sign up. The phone number is 972-721-2545. Fire safety was the focus of the city's first ever Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. The program got a boost from a city employee who is also the chapter director of a national nonprofit organization.
This event is the MLK Day of Service.
We're going to start
by getting this information out to 8,000 residents here in Irving. Yes!
We're doing fire prevention, just awareness, education.
We're expecting 600 volunteers to go out today.
I am very familiar and very appreciative of what you're trying to do in order to help save the lives of people with this information and this awareness.
It's just a day that we can go out into the community, help someone who may be in need or help someone who may not know how to prevent fires, or just kind of reach out and get the word out there.
I just let them know that we're here passing out information on fire prevention. Ask them if they have a smoke detector, ask them if they check their batteries regularly.
And then I also am asking if they have a plan. That's probably the biggest thing right there. Do you have a plan for where everybody's going to meet in case of a fire?
For me, it's being able to potentially save a life. That's what it comes down to.
It's a great way to commemorate Dr. King and to come together as a community to help the community.
I want to encourage you not to just let the legacy of Dr. King be what you do just on this day. But I want to encourage you, and especially all of you young people in here today, to commit your life to the service of others.
He was all about the people, and he was all about diversity, and he was all about helping the needy. And I think with fire prevention and education, we can do that.
The City of Irving was a partner in several other MLK events, including the dedication of a new memorial stone. That stone is placed alongside a tree the city previously planted in honor of Dr. King at the Jackie Townsell Bear Creek Heritage Center. More of that part of the story on the next edition of ICTN's About Town. The City of Irving is working on a new comprehensive plan and is looking for resident input. The process is called Imagine Irving, and the new plan will help guide leaders in developing priorities for future projects. The city has changed a lot since the existing plan was developed back in 1997, with only minor updates since then. Workshops are scheduled for Tuesday, March 3rd. One session is at 11 a.m., another at 5:30 in the evening. Those are at the Irving Convention Center. Workshops will also be held in the plan's special focus areas this spring. Those areas are Valley Ranch, Airport Freeway and Beltline Road, and a section of Shady Grove Road. DFW Airport is also looking to the future with major renovations underway. We paid a visit to see what's new for travelers.
My fourth time.
Ever on a plane?
Pretty much, yeah. Maybe fifth.
Both new and experienced travelers
I did it for a while for work, so I'm used to it.
are noticing what's different at DFW International Airport.
Being able to check in a lot quicker and all that good stuff.
There's not the windy, kind of caterpillar lanes we're all stuck in. It's more open. It is less stressful, I think.
This part of Terminal A is the latest to be revamped as part of TRIP, the airport's $2.7 billion terminal renewal and improvement program. It involves partnerships with airlines. This American ticketing area used to look like this. We're used to see those very long,
yes,
solid
very
ticket
long,
counters.
solid ticket counters, yes. But now you can see just small, shorter ticket counters, which help open up the area, give customers easier access to the agent, and the agent in turn has easier access to the customer.
This redesign is one aspect of changes across the American Airlines system.
It is a much cleaner look, a very modern look, which goes along with our new aircraft, new fleet. We have the youngest fleet, so our customers love it.
The new design for American Airlines ticketing areas is now being duplicated in other airports across the country after debuting here in the airline's home region.
We love, of course, North Texas. It is our home, and it's always great when you can debut something new.
After clearing security, we got a look at what is new in the gate area. It's a lot brighter and more open.
It is brighter. We've managed to squeeze a little bit more space out of the ceilings and raise the glass a bit. And we want to bring in as much natural light as we can. And we do light harvesting, which is interesting because we turn down the electric light when there's a lot of sunlight coming in.
The improvements come as the airport's business grows. The last fiscal year broke records. Here are the numbers. Nearly 63 million passengers came through here, an increase of more than 4%. It translates to an estimated $31.6 billion regional economic impact, according to the airport. DFW believes the terminal improvements could keep those numbers trending upward.
So David, one of the things that travelers seem to want is connectivity.
You know, connectivity is hugely important, and so is power. So we've deployed power in places like this where you have seating.
Shot full of bourbon.
There are also new restaurants, including this one offering Mediterranean cuisine and a martini bar.
Usually when a lot of guys come up here and they're like, you know, I like bourbon, I like whiskey, but I want a martini, what should I try? I usually recommend this. That is called the Bite the Bullet.
There's headphones, Beats by Dre, and Bose.
This is the new iStore Boutique, one of several new additions in response to travelers who want more from the airport experience.
And as DFW seeks to place itself among the top airports in the world, this is actually part of the equation. You want to create an environment where people have something that they can do, have something that they can shop for or eat, and something that they can remember. And that makes them choose your airport again and again.
More shops are on the way. Work in Terminal A could finish in late 2015, and renovations on all of the older terminals could be complete in about 5 years. Travelers are already finding there is plenty new for them to enjoy.
So really trying to make it a comfortable place for passengers to spend time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
In other transportation news, DART says it has new plans in place to limit service disruptions during icy or snowy weather this year. When conditions get like this, DART's plans can now include using buses to replace light rail service. Any change would be announced through social media and on DART's website 8 hours before any change is made. The goal is to keep passengers from getting stranded and restore full service faster. For details on how your specific route could be affected when it gets icy, check out dart.org/winterweather. Here's something else DART passengers will notice: new posters and brochures on human trafficking. Employees have gone through training to recognize the signs. DART cites statistics showing 20 million people around the world are victims of human trafficking. DART is part of a regional coalition working to stop it. Irving City Council places 4, 6, and 8 will be decided in this May's general election. For people interested in running, this is the time to take the first step. Election packets are available in the city secretary's office and on the city's website. Places 4 and 6 are single-member districts. That means candidates must live within district boundaries. Place 8 is at large, meaning candidates can live anywhere in the city. The packets contain full details. Filings are due on February 27th, and Election Day is May 9th. Now, where you vote with your views, it's WebWatch, and this one remains at the top of the chart.
It's like walking into a big mansion that's so luxurious.
The debut of Airbus A380 service remains popular, as do many of our airport stories. And it's always interesting to us when stories from our archives surge in views. That's certainly the case with our 2013 report on the Wayne Memorial Fencing Tournament at the Irving Convention Center. And this one from 2012 remains a favorite: cat adoptions from PetSmart. No great comments on social media to share with you this time, at least none that made sense. Not that I mind the offbeat ones. If you missed any of those stories, find them at ictn.tv. That's also where you can watch us live 24/7. Plus, catch us at youtube.com/the City of Irving. We now have about 1,500 subscribers. Join them so you can be notified when we add videos. Then post a comment because we always like to hear from you. The first ever college football national championship is in the history books. It not only brought crowds and football stars to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, but also to the Irving Convention Center. We checked out all of the fun at Taste of the Championship.
Western Pennsylvania girls you got here.
It's where football fans and foodies came together for some unforgettable moments.
My husband says, "Do you know who that is?" And I said, "No, you're going to have to tell me." And he says, "But you do know who it is. It's Tony Dorsett." And I go, "Oh my God, I do know who that is."
It all happened during Northwestern Mutual's Taste of the Championship at the Irving Convention Center.
How was that?
It was awesome. I remember him win. So I was really glad to meet him.
It's not just that, that over-the-top football fan. It just brings up a different type of audience that probably wouldn't be at a game.
Along with Dallas Cowboys legends who first made names for themselves in college, this event brought out some of the region's best chefs.
Chamberlain Steak and Chop House, Addison, Texas. The Saloon and Kumali Restaurant in Dallas.
Along with some from other areas across the country known for college football.
Mad Dog's and Englishmen in Tampa, Florida.
I can't leave New Orleans and not do gumbo. So it's a smoked oyster and duck gumbo.
It's a blast tasting the championship. I mean, are you kidding me? There's 20 chefs in the room, there's athletes in the room, people are coming and having a good time.
How can you go wrong? Intertwine the national championship game here and all these great chefs.
This event happened on the eve of the first ever college football championship. These fans traveled from Hawaii to cheer on the
Oregon Ducks, Marcus Mariota. He's from high school in Hawaii. A small contingency of Hawaii people coming out here to support him. The whole state is proud of him.
The Buckeyes, woo!
This Ohio chef may have a beef with that Oregon fan as he serves.
We got some Ohio braised beef cheeks. We're topping that with a little pickled vegetable salad.
This event, because of you, is launching to be a new legacy the night before the college football championship.
This event is modeled after the most successful event at Super Bowl for the last 24 years. So the idea is, let's take the excitement of sport, let's invite in some of the greatest chefs, mix in a few Hall of Fame football players, and lo and behold, throw a party.
That recipe for this event brought out chef's best recipes.
Sweet potato grits with a little Kobe skirt steak and a little maple bacon butter.
We have the caramelized smoked bacon fudge brownie.
A crostini with a brie spread, a fig jam, prosciutto crisp, and lemon thyme gastrique.
I hope that there are people in town visiting that want to come to our restaurants.
Well, I hope you guys like it.
Ticket prices for this event were steep, but the proceeds go to charities. The College Football Playoff Foundation's Extra Yard for Teachers and
North Texas Food Bank is for a wonderful cause.
Hunger has an ugly face to it, so that's why I'm here. I'm here to try to help out and do something about it.
It is for a great cause, and all these great chefs and people have come out to be a part of this event, and it does a lot of good for a lot of people. But this fried antelope is delicious. You ought to try it.
Even after the players go home,
I might need another one right away.
And this event moves on to another city next year, an impact remains in Irving. College Football Playoff is headquartered in this Las Colinas office building. Also local, the Big 12, Conference USA, and the National Football Foundation.
You got all those entities that are here in Irving doing business and kind of doing the business of the organization. So obviously that's important too. But this is a great event, another great opportunity to showcase the city.
Bigger food fan or football fan?
Both. So what a perfect event.
Here, no one had to decide. It did not even matter what team you support.
You like the Buckeyes?
Nope.
The first ever taste of the championship is now history.
You can never repeat the very first event. So where this event goes over the next 20 years, it started right here in Irving, and what a facility and what a night.
Here's what else is coming up at the Convention Center. February 7th and 8th is Dallas Comic-Con Fan Days 2.0. And then February 20th through 21st is Ticket Stock for fans of Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket. February 25th through 28th is one of my favorites, the first robotics competition. Find prices and a full listing of public events at irvingconventioncenter.com. The City of Irving is teaming up with partners to host a homebuyer fair. The goal is to educate first-time buyers and make them more confident about the process. Builders, lenders, and more will be on site with information. There will also be prizes and activities for kids. The fair is set for Saturday, February 28th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Center Park Recreation Center. Register and learn more at homebuyerfair.com. Some athletes facing challenges in life get a chance to play the sports they love through the city's Special Olympics program. This is basketball season, and our Letitia Niembo went to a city tournament that brought out a lot of competition.
1, 2, 3, finish!
The 2015 Special Olympics basketball season is underway, and teams from all over the Metroplex have come to Center Park Recreation Center to size up the competition.
This year we had about 36 teams coming from as far as Clarksville, Allen, Mesquite, Flower Mound. We're looking at about 380 participants in this tournament this year.
This year's Irving tournament gives teams a chance to compete without the fear of elimination.
It's just a good, friendly rival that we have. Every time me and him step onto the court, it's just like a competitive edge.
Yeah, this is what we call a friendly tournament. What it does, it gives the teams a couple of games to play before we go qualify for aerial.
As friendly as the competition is, the goal of the game is to win. And one team is especially tough, the Irving Mavericks.
So far, we want to know. We ain't gonna lose. We ain't looking back.
We've got a better team this year than we did last year, and other teams always gun for us. Everybody always wants to beat Irving, so they bring out their best.
The team's goal is simple, to win state, but there is still a ways to go on this road to the state championship.
We have a Mesquite tournament we usually play at. The team we just played, they host an area tournament. Then we have our area tournament and then the state tournament. So we're gearing up for those two.
The team hopes to match the success it had last year. But no matter the final scores, team members realize there are lessons to be learned on and off the court. The mission of Special Olympics is to provide sports opportunities for people with intellectual disabilities.
Being at all the practices, being dependable and reliable, and taking my responsibilities seriously.
Our motto this year is we don't get tired. And so even through life, you'll get tired, but keep persevering, keep pushing, not giving up. That's our motto this year.
We have the same exact disability. It's called Rubenstein Career Syndrome. We're also known as the RTS brothers.
Matthew Hernandez and Christian Aguilar share the same rare genetic disease and love of basketball. Playing in the Special Olympics has helped them build a bond.
It just makes us stronger as competitors and just gives us that edge to actually go out into the court each and every time and compete to the best of our ability.
Irving's Special Olympics team is always looking for more players and volunteers. A lot of people who do get involved end up never wanting to give up.
I've been playing for about probably 20 years.
Any time you're gonna retire pretty soon?
I still feel I have 15 more years in me at a high level.
More years that will bring all the fun and challenges sports can provide, along with encouragement in the process.
Put your butt on their hip, put your hip bump them, booty bump them, back bump them.
Letish Niembo for City Source.
Looks like a lot of them had fun out there, and it's time now to head out to the Animal Care campus for our Pets of the Week, starting with one we don't see all the time.
Hello, my name is Joshua Elijah Bonilla, and these are our Pets of the Week. Our first pet of the week is Meatball. He is about a 2-year-old guinea pig, sweet ball of fur, very easygoing, relaxed pet, very good animal. If you'd like to adopt Meatball, please stop by the City of Irving Animal Shelter. And our second pet of the week is Mopsy. She is a 3-month-old domestic short-haired kitten, a very sweet girl. She was surrendered, however, due to the owners being unable to afford a new kitten. If you'd like to adopt Mopsy, please stop by the City of Irving Animal Shelter. And for our third pet of the week is Kilo. He's a 2-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier, a male. He's a very good boy, very sweet boy, very strong boy. If you'd like to adopt a very strong and beautiful dog, please adopt Kilo at the City of Irving Animal Shelter.
All right, thanks a lot. The Animal Care campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. The city's Central Library is getting ready to close for good in advance of the South Irving Library's opening. Details on our next show. Plus, the impact of visitors in Irving. The Convention and Visitors Bureau is celebrating the successes of the past year. And meet a local family that overcame some challenges to recognize the dream of home ownership. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show or comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more of the construction underway at the Texas Musicians Museum in downtown Irving. It could open later this year. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.